Hey, let's talk about the impact project. I feel like it has been a long time. Probably because it has been a long time. Trimester 1, we got off and rolling. We got our first trimester objectives and goals done. We picked 5 topics of all of the issues in the world. We came up with 5 things that we might be interested in helping each student individually. So whether that be animal abuse, whether that be helping mentor elementary school students, whether that be helping coach elementary school students improving on a sport, whether it be with chronic waste disease, whether that be with diabetes, someone help with littering and pollution. There are so many issues, so many great things that of all of our students came up with. Then in trimester 2, we had a bunch of issues, right? We had a bunch of days where we got sent home early. We had snow days. We had things that got pushed here, over there, every which way. So we just kind of postponed and pushed back trimester 2, not trying to jam the trimester 2 impact project goals into all of the other work that happened. But we're going to bring them all back, and we're going to really walk through step by step what we're going to do to get through the trimester 2 and trimester 3 objectives for the impact project. So as a quick refresher, impact project is we're going to, throughout the course of all of the 3 years of middle school, come up with some project, some idea, some campaign, if you will, to help with a specific problem. This can be any problem, any issue in the world that any student is interested in. And there is linked in the Schoology unit for Impact Project trimesters 2 and 3. You'll see at the very bottom, there's a link of frequently asked questions about the impact project, such as, is this going to cost a lot of money? Do I have to take my kids here, over there, this way, that way, and each every way? And the answer is just an emphatic no, absolutely not. You could come up with, students can create any type of project that costs $0 up to as much as they want. So you are not obligated to do any of that. But there's more of that in the frequently asked questions. Right now, we should talk about trimester 2 and 3. It is actually very easy. We're just getting a big overview of not only things that we can't help with, which is what we did trimester 1, but now in trimester 2, our focus is to research steps that go into helping in a variety of ways. So linked in, again, in the Schoology unit, you will see a breakdown of some possible ways that we could help. So for example, regardless of the topic, let's say we picked animal abuse, we could do some type of fundraising project as our impact project. We could do some type of volunteering as our project. We could create some type of invention or new idea, a prototype for an innovation that could help with abused animals in one way or another. We could try to write a law, try to write a bill into place to get maybe more harsh punishments for animal abuse, people that partake in animal abuse. We could create just a public service announcement, a campaign, maybe a video series, a writing series that brings awareness to different types of animal abuse, the harms, and maybe ways out of it. There are a number of ways that we could help with any topic. And that is the cool thing about the Impact Project. It is not, I have to do a fundraiser. In fact, I think that fundraisers are one of the least exciting things to do. Maybe they're the easiest to come up with, but again, that takes a lot of other time. So we're going to come up with what are the steps that go into that, because a major portion of the Impact Project is not even just to help, which is fantastic, but what skills can we build in doing so? So let's say I want to make a public service announcement bringing awareness to a lot of the dangers and the prevalence of animal abuse. Well, if I want to make a public service announcement, maybe I want to do a video. I want to make a video series on this. Well, I'm going to have to learn how to use a camera. What type of software am I going to have to engineer or use in order to make this happen? Are there different apps I can use? What type of research am I going to have to get done to relay my message? What other types of public service announcement and content creators can I research? Can I reach out to? Can I collaborate with to get ideas to make it really pop? If I truly believe and want to bring awareness to the epidemic that may be animal abuse, I want to really make this as best I can. So it's going to behoove me to improve and increase my video editing, my public speaking, my behind the scenes research skills in the process of that. So there are steps that have to happen. It's not just I'm going to create a public service announcement. How am I going to do that? So for this, for our trimester 2 objective, we can really do this in like one day. We have to do 5 examples of this, and I have 1 already mapped out. So each student really only has to do 4, and as a group in class, we're going to generate and come up with ideas together. But let's take fundraising, for example. If you look in your in the Schoology folder as well, you will see that there is an example of like a fundraiser. What has to go into making a fundraiser happen? And we're going to research different websites that give us ideas on what goes into making a fundraiser, or what goes into making a public service announcement, or what goes into creating a tangible object or a prototype that might help. Maybe you get something patented in the future. And there's step-by-steps, like coming up with the idea, checking to see if it is already out there in the world, reaching out to people in that arena. Let's say you're doing a fundraiser, or once you have your objective, like what type of people would you need to help you? So it's like create a team, find a venue and book that, get all of the materials that you'll need when the time comes, making posters and flyers or advertisements to promote the event, a process for how you will get that money to the actual charity or cause once you do the fundraiser. There is actually a long list. Here for 6th grade, all we have to do is come up with 5 steps. Just pick 5 of those steps. So we have an idea of what are some of the things that might go into making this happen. That's all we're going to do for trimester 3. That is only 4 more topics and only 5 steps for each one. A lot of them we're going to realize are very similar. And then right at the end, we're going to cite where we got that. It could be from just one website. It could be from 40 websites, entirely up to each student. This is very, very simple once you kind of take a deep breath and just inhale, exhale, namaste, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and all of that good stuff. So that is going to be trimester 2's. And then trimester 3's objective is probably the simplest of all. We've already researched and came up with 5 topics that we might want to help with. Then we've come up with 5 ways.
Did you say that again? My apologies.
How about
I
that?
couldn't hear what you said.
I should edit this out, but no way am I going to, just because it's funny. I was not talking to you, Siri. After we've done 5 topics that we may want to help with, and now we have 5 different ways that we could help for any topic, we are going to choose our one most favorite topic that we want to do. So I have 5 things, but I know I want to help with improving sports equipment for high school football teams. Maybe that's your project. Now, I'm just going to, my trimester 3 objective, pick my one thing, improve safety equipment for high school sports. And the second part is I'm just going to choose my top 3 ways that I might want to help. I want to do a fundraiser to get new equipment for the school. I want to make a public service announcement video campaign series, bringing awareness to the dangers of high contact sports. And I want to actually try to make a prototype of some type of new equipment. So those are my 3 topics. Next year, when you get into Mr. Austin's class in 7th grade, you're going to choose one of those and really start to dial in one. But now, at least when we get into next year, we have one topic we know we want to do for sure with 4 other backups behind the scenes in case something comes up. Then we have 3 different ways that we know we could help with that one specifically. And then when you get into 7th grade, if that one doesn't work out, we have 2 more viable options where we have a plan of what we want to do. Very, very easy. So trimester 3 goals are really just choosing 1 and 3 of the things that we've already done. It's actually super, super easy, and it's super, super exciting because we are setting the groundwork, the framework for a plan to move forward with in the future. That is trimester 2 and trimester 3 impact project goals